This is... Hello. Welcome. welcome. Not like this. Not like this. Yo. TFN, Miro, Cardboard, Retro, welcome. Lee, Shadows, 3D. Sam, Dan, Paul, Ben, good afternoon. Welcome, peeps. Bodge, 80, welcome. CPR, hello. Early 30s, grey hair, yes, true, yep. Thermal Cam Man, welcome. How are you? Audio? What about it? What's my shop link? What for tools? Exclamation mark tools in the chat and it will take you to the tools that I use. My name is now in both streams. Let's go. Everything sounds okay. Right? Everything sounds okay. Yeah, everything sounds alright. Welcome, guys. Yo, NS Artist Guy, thank you very much for the YouTube Legendary Status membership. I appreciate you. Thank you. Echo, yeah, it's only because I was listening to something back. Long time listener, first time caller, first time catching a live one due to time zones. Welcome, Ruck. How are you? Cheese on toast. Oh, I just had some bacon myself. Lee, welcome. How are you? Craig, hello. Good afternoon. Zuj, welcome. Dan, Executive, welcome. How are we, guys? Are we okay? Oh, I was meant to reply to somebody quickly, actually. NS, how are you, my friend? Thank you very much for the Legendary Status membership on YouTube, my guy. I appreciate it.
Gotta have my dose of Joey XD.
Dan, thank you very much for the tier 1 for 13 months. Lord Glove, thank you. Hello over on Twitch. Welcome to the Dark Side Bodge. Adam, welcome. Paul, get yourself a French drain. Excited to see you go through what it takes to build an efficient repair workbench. Loving the insights in the garage remodel. Hey Jay, how's it going? It's going good, Chaos. How are you, my friend? Yeah, man. Guys, I had some, like, you know, I had some big feedback. Man. George, welcome. How are you? This is what you are used to. Oh, why is that zoomed in? That's so annoying. Wait there. Wait there. There we go. All right. Great vid. Thanks. Good luck with the guys. Thank you. So, I think it's fair to say there was a lot of people who want to see the garage. There's a lot of people who want to see me work on the garage, right? Could we all agree that? So usually I get between 50 to 100 comments on a video, and this has got 397. So, pretty much, I didn't think there was a single comment that said, no, I don't want to see it. Big up Steve, my guy, and somehow it became a thread of people asking like an update on his car. So that was funny. But yeah, Steve commented on the post itself and also commented on the video, saying that's what you want to see. This is what you want to see. You said it yourself. Be a great learning opportunity and great entertainment for us viewers. A win-win situation, but don't feel afraid to ask someone else for help and advice, etc. Makes sense. Would be a great series. Love watching your progress. The white stuff at 415 on a plywood is mold. So I kind of want to take a look at that because, yeah, it will definitely affect certain things, right? Get a mini split installed, they heat and cool. So a mini split is like an aircon unit, right? So I don't know what would be more efficient, to have an aircon unit installed or to have an oil heater for the winter and a aircon unit for the summer. So I don't know what to go with, if that makes sense. I think the cheaper option, because I've already got an aircon unit that I whisk around with me. So the cheaper option would just be to use the aircon unit that I use already. The more expensive option would be to obviously go actual aircon unit put. So I don't know what to do with that, but it's a good shout. So you need to insulate, soundproof the ceiling if you want to make videos when it's raining outside. The roof rain situation will be loud. I feel like this is a really good point, right? I feel like that's a really good point, because I also spoke to somebody who said you don't even necessarily need to insulate the ceiling, but I think insulating the ceiling and then using plasterboard. No, the aircon won't draw too much power. Not with 40 amps. I think we'll be okay. I don't know about heating up. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think the rain is a really good point for when it's really heavily raining. Garage door. This is by far, I think, the biggest thing at the moment is, for me, knowing what to do with the garage door. I think that is, because that's quite a imperative, important thing. So I don't really know what to do with the garage door. I see a lot of people saying leave it in. The issue that I currently have is that if I leave that in, if I leave that garage door in, I'm going to have a really big gap for the roller, because the roller and the line for the actual garage door is quite long and it goes far back. So I'd have to build like a stud wall and then a cutout for the garage to go back and forth. I don't want to do that. So the other option is getting a proper roller shutter garage door. That's a lot of cost. Another option is to, which I haven't actually gone into yet. Another option would be to go brick up where the door is. So I've got a single door, right? So brick up where the single door is, and then have a double door where the garage door is. No, we don't really have basements in the UK. Yeah, I feel like for safety as well, it's better to have a door there or brick it, you know? I think the issue that I have with the issue that some people have is that they say about the planning permission and stuff, but I think we'll be fine to brick it up. I would say a double door would drop the price of the house if you're going to sell it later. Well, I'll be honest. Where my house is and the way that the layout currently is, you can't really get a car down the side. So, ultimately, it being a garage is kind of sucks anyway. Because you can't really get a car down there. You can, but it has to be a small car. And they'd have to take out all the doors and everything else. The gate. Bunch of different stuff. So I don't actually think there is necessarily a need. Thought garage was attached to the house? No. Completely separate. The garage is its own separate entity. Anyway. I don't think people are going to want to watch me talk about my garage. I don't want to lose everybody. I don't want to lose everybody. But one thing I will say is that the support that I received on the video was just support that I've never had before, you know. Incredible. How's everyone else doing? Ow. Mother of... How's everyone else doing today? Everyone okay? Welcome. Welcome, peeps. Tell your son to be paying rent. Yeah, I saw some comments that were like... One of the comments was like, what is it with you over there in giving your children a room? Like our culture, you know? I thought, what does that have to do with the video? You know? JFix, James, welcome. How are you? Did you see my idea in comments? I saw, honestly, Keith, I saw so many comments. I wouldn't be able to tell you. They pulled a you people. Yeah, like what does that even mean? You know? So I'm gonna do something with my kids that this is the plan, right? This is the plan. I'm gonna charge my kids rent when they are earning an income. But what I'm not gonna tell them is that I don't know about matching yet. I have no idea. But at least what I would do is I would charge them rent for their income. But then when they move out to buy their own place, they'll get that back. But they are not to know. But maybe I'll do like I will match it, but not tell them. That's the thing. So I'll say to them, and I'll charge them rent, but I'm going to say, you pay me what you feel like is fair. I'll say, you pay me what you feel like is fair for rent. And then whatever they do, I will give it back to them. Potentially look at matching, but it depends on my situation. But that's what the plan is, chat. What do we think? W plan? You will own nothing and be happy. I watched Lewis Rossman's video this morning about that stuff. And I feel like my take on the whole PS5 situation, from a business standpoint, is brilliant in terms of what they're doing. Ethically and morally, it's extremely wrong. But from a business standpoint, it's like, it's a smart move. But again, morally and ethics, it's really bad. You know? Supposedly that company is known for like lending other tech items. But like, you don't own it. So you're literally paying a 36-month contract. You're renting the device, and then at the end of the clause, you're supposed to give the device back. What happens if it's in a bad state? Anything like that, you know? Like, if anybody was to ask me, should I do it? You best believe that as somewhat of a responsible father, and, you know, to the people who are watching, if you cannot afford to buy a PS5, please do not think about renting one. Please. Save up. Buy it outright. After you have your necessities. Please. Because, I mean, that is just... I think the bigger picture here, they are targeting low-income areas and families. Allegedly. From me watching Lewis's video. It's just going to create a storm, isn't it? Yeah, financing in general, I stay away from personally. I hate it. I hate it. It's just, I got finance on a car, but what we did is we used cash for 90, I think it was 90, it was literally like 99 or 98% of it. And then what they said is that they can save us money on the overall price if we were to finance for 6 months and pay like £200 a month, and we would get £5,000 off. So I was like, well, that sounds like a little bit of a no-brainer. But it's because, supposedly, that's how they make more money, is by the interest in the finance. But I got 5k off the car. So it didn't really make sense, you know. But that's the only time that I did it. But 95 or 98% of it was cash. Straight up. And then I took that to then get a £5,000 like off. It was just like, you know what I mean? And that money was put in the account, and then it was just taken out for those 6 months. It's like my mortgage, for example. I've spoken to you before about I hate having a mortgage. I hate it. I hate it. I want my mortgage gone. I want my mortgage gone. I hate that. Just owing to the bank. Because when I called the bank and said, I got a family now and I'm looking for a little bit of a bigger space, they're like, we can't give you what you're looking for. Ultimately, it's my fault because they can give me X amount, but I wanted more. But they are still in control. Whereas if I have no mortgage, and I want to invest or save my cash, whatever it is, then I could look at just straight up buying my next place. If I done it wisely, or I just get a really tiny mortgage, you know. Crazy. I saw finance Xbox. I read all the small print and ended up being around 2K. £2,000 or $2,000, whatever it is crazy. You literally pay for those 2 years. You pay $380 or £380, whatever the lease is. You could have had your own PS5. The only time I would say that it's worth it for somebody and viable is if you have the money, you have a lot of money, and you don't know whether you're going to enjoy that console. So actually what you say is, right, I'm going to do even a 12-month contract, and I'm going to lease it or whatever for the 12 months. So I'm going to borrow it for the 12 months. I don't know what the smallest contract you can get is. I don't think you can do it on a month-by-month basis. I don't think that is right. I think you can do it monthly. But if you had a lot of money and you were like, I just want to see what it's like, and you want to go 12 months, cool. But if you cannot afford it, and you're like, and you don't even know if you like it, do not do that. And do not lock in for 36 months. Don't lock in for 24 months. Don't lock in for 12 months. A borrower is a slave to the lender, as Dave Ramsey would say. Big says that looks pretty good. Never be a borrower or a lender. I mean, be a giver, chat. Be a giver. And expect nothing in return. Renting is good for someone looking to build up their credit score. Not renting, I don't think. Unfortunately, having a credit card is a good way of getting up your credit score and putting your shopping on your credit card and then paying your credit card off as soon as that money comes in. That is a good way of building up your credit card. But I don't think renting is a way of doing it. Might be different though, depending on where you are in the world. Or yeah, it's a tough one because like I'm in a position now where again I want to pay off my mortgage as quick as possible, right? Let me go what we got today. I want to pay off my, and this is just what I am doing, right? This is no advice. This is just my opinion of what your boy JDT is doing and what my plans are. I want to pay off my mortgage as quick as possible, so I'm overpaying on my mortgage. I can pay up to 20% of my mortgage yearly, interest free. I think my rate is around about the 3 or 4% situation, right? So by me paying that 3-4% interest free, I'm saving 3-4% on what I've borrowed from the bank, right? That is probably just above inflation. If it was a 5-6, it would be really nice, but it's just above inflation. I think inflation is 2% a year, right? So by me paying off my mortgage, it is a net positive situation. Especially when you take into consideration the stress on your shoulders of having to, you know, if something happened to me and without insurance or whatever, even with insurance, it just becomes a pain for my spouse, right? For Mrs. JDT, it becomes a real big pain. So imagine just having none of that. Imagine just having no mortgage. You don't owe any money. You still got your council tax. I mean, council tax is a joke. Your water, your electric, your gas, all of that stuff is still costly, but a lot more manageable without a hefty mortgage. I just think the best, I mean, it's just the most, the truest thing I've ever heard is, and I still think this applies, is cash is king. It's like one of the biggest mottos I think I try and live by is cash is king. And I don't mean cash as in physical cash. I mean cash as in being able to afford something outright. And when going back to what I just said about, I don't know if somebody said that they can't afford to give. I don't know if that was what I just read, but going back to me saying give, it's like, it doesn't have to be in a financial aspect as well. It can be helping out, you know, all sorts of bits and bobs. I'm just saying it's much better to be a giver than a borrower for sure. There's a little hole in that. Does Joey watch Martin Lewis? I don't, but I know what he's about, and I support everything that he talks about. I've seen some of the clips that pop up with him talking about, you know, investing and all those things. And do you know what as well? There's a Mr. Beast thing recently where I mean, look, you can hate on him as much as you want. The fact of the matter is, the way that he's doing business from a business standpoint, and the way that he talks about business, is like with the, what is it, cocoa? Is it cocoa or cocoa? I don't know how you say it. The chocolate, like doing all of that ethically and getting kids out of like child labor and stuff, but whilst also running a really successful chocolate brand, like having that ethic in that business and making money is a win. Like, it's huge. You know, yeah, you could argue, oh, it's not that healthy, but do you know what I mean? You could talk about those sorts of things for forever. But the fact that he's gone into it and he's ethically sourcing the cacao beans and making money through the business, that's a win. As well as the fact he's just bought, I think he said that he's just purchased a financing, I don't know what it is, like a financing app or something, whereby what he is going to do ethically, again, keyword here in this part, is educate young people how to build wealth and how to use their money properly. Like, this is the type of stuff that people have been asking for such a long time. It's like, you know, when I talk about schools and schools actually teaching how to spend your money wisely, to save, to invest, to, you know, all of these things. And then somebody comes along and does it, and then people just have nothing but bad things to say. I don't understand. What? Did somebody open this package? What? Cash will always be king, but the reality is these days is that you won't be able to afford things like a car or a house. Really come down to how much you can save and what your credit score is, which itself is a trap. People income and how much housing costs now is just insane. Yeah, housing's ridiculous. Yeah, housing is like, I'm ridiculously lucky. Here's what I'll say: being able to get on the ladder. I was 24 when I got on the ladder for property, but me and my wife, we didn't go out. We just, we pretty much stayed in all the time, saved, you know, all the good things. But that was completely our choice, you know. Marv, welcome. How are you? Yeah, good. Thank you, mate. Really, really good. So I have this laptop. Do you guys remember what happened with this laptop? Yes or no? Do you remember what laptop this is? Firelight, welcome. Yeah, Canada, I think the house prices are crazy. It depends where you're from, though. Whereabouts are you living? Firelight. Yes, Lenovo. Exactly that, Damien. Yeah, yeah. You got it. Okay. Watch closely. Oh, actually, wait. I won't do it anymore because I was waiting for a MOSFET. So I ordered some MOSFETs for this laptop. I've done it on a stream, and it will turn into a video. I ordered some MOSFETs. So we get 15 volts, 21 milliamps. It's like steady. And we actually found out that we had a shorted MOSFET on this board. So I purchased a MOSFET. I don't know if you remember on AliExpress. But I purchased the MOSFETs and they've now come. So what I'm going to look at doing now is putting the MOSFET on and seeing if the laptop works. Bought my first house 5 years ago now on an income that I definitely couldn't afford. My mortgage company was more than happy to loan it. All turned out all right, but it was rough. Yeah, trying to get the deposit stuff is crazy work, okay? And I think the hardest bit is not like what people are saying, especially, well, the situation here in the UK, right, is that the hardest part isn't getting the deposit. Like, people can save up for the deposit. The hard part is getting the bank to loan you what you need so that you can afford the house. So people can get the 5-10% deposits. But if a house is 300 grand and you're on 30 grand a year, they're only going to lend you, a max of 200. Max. So with your deposit and the borrowing, say it costs 230, they ain't going to give you they ain't going to give you the 300. They ain't going to give you 270 because the most you can borrow is 200 on your wage. That's the issue. It needs to be like a 10x. So if you're on 30k, a 10x would be 300. So you could borrow 300 plus deposit. Or with a 10% deposit. They should say that if you can afford a 10% deposit, we'll give you 10x. Because at the moment, I think it's like 3, 4, 5. 5 max. Like 5 is like rare. But I think that's what it is. So like if you earn 50 grand, like I said, you'd probably be able to borrow about 200 or so. And where I live, getting a place, especially like a family home or something for that price is just non-existent. Yeah, and that's if you move in and it needs nothing doing to it, which is very rare. I'm just trying to work out if there needs to be a cap here or not. I'm going to say not. That's a power management IC. Right, let me go over to the area of contention that we have. So this is the area of contention we have. So a quick recap for peeps. We had a MOSFET here that had a short through it. As in, I took the MOSFET off the board and I measured and I still had a short through it. I've purchased this MOSFET because I believe that it's the same as this MOSFET. And it's just a dupe, basically. So I'm going to put this MOSFET on and see if it turns on. I don't have an inductor for this, but I don't know what sort of inductor I should put here. Can I just go ahead and put a PS5 coil here, chat? 105 as a mortgage in principle. Well, I'm going to buy a shed. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, North's cheaper. $100-year mortgage. It's not, I mean, it's bridged, yeah, but it doesn't matter because it's on the same rail. So it's on the same path, so it doesn't matter. If these three were bridged, if that one was bridged with this one and this one, it wouldn't matter. Scotty. In Ontario, the average price is around 500k for a one-floor wartime home. It's pretty crazy. Wow. Just watch the garage vid. 100% we want to see. Okay. All right. Can't find a move-in ready home for under 500k here in Ontario, Canada. I think that's around about 300k. I think that's about 300k here in the UK, Canadian to GBP. I think. Madrak, welcome. So my plan is to put this back and see if I can put a PS5 inductor here. Raffle your weights bench? No, I'm probably just going to end up giving that away, to be fair. I don't know if I'll get any money for it. I should put a little bit of solder here. Look. Probably do with a little bit of a touch up on the MOSFET down there as well. The pads. Did you ever read YouTube chat? I just read it. Pat. What do you mean? Here we go, 7752. Yes, all right. It's a very similar FET. That's what I need, the 7752 part. I'm pretty sure pin 1's going to be here. Is pin 1 going to be there? Ooh. Wait, I should be able to tell again, because if I just turn this around, that would make sense, Jay, wouldn't it? Should be able to see from here. Yeah. Okay, so pin 1 is top side. Like that. Cool. So I can put the MOSFET there. Like I said about the PS5, I think I'm just going to... Now, this could be completely and utterly wrong. But I think I'm just going to use a PS5 coil for that. I think it might be a little bit too big. I'm going to take it from the power rail. Is the board plugged in? Absolutely not. No, no, no. That's just the... I see what you're saying. That's just the cable that's plugged in. Good shout, though. Thank you. I'm going to need a bigger bolt. Okay, tweezers. Thank you, Mad Jack. I appreciate that. Thank you. Right. Yeah, I mean, size-wise, it's exactly the same. Doesn't mean anything, though. Please don't allow me to influence your decision when it comes to these sorts of things. Please. Wait for that to turn off. I'm going to switch the nozzle for the smaller one just to make sure I don't burn those flaps. You didn't miss anything. Okay, here we go. Let's go 450. Put it to about 30%. Probably go with the soldering iron for this, I imagine. Just for better control. Ah. Okay. Should we see what the situation is? I just want to make sure that I don't have a short here now. Because the short was gone. So I'm in continuity mode. The short was gone when I removed the other MOSFET, you see. So I'm in continuity mode right now. I can get my words out. So multimeter beeps. Measure here to here. No short. Out of interest, what do we have in resistance mode? Kilo ohms. Here. Kilo ohms. Here. Good. Okay. And then let me just measure the resistance on each side. Kiloohms. It's going to be the same this side because we don't have any. We have a really, really small path of resistance. Kiloohms, okay. And here. Kiloohms. Kiloohms, right. Okay. Technically, I mean, I don't see a reason why this wouldn't work. But like I said, this was taken from a repair shop graveyard. So there is every single possibility that they've done this and it didn't work before. So they've done a bunch of other things and, you know, took additional components off that I can't see that are missing. There is that possibility as well. But I have had a glimpse over the board and it doesn't necessarily look like there are any other components missing from what I can tell. Okay. Are we ready? Wonder what hot air temp, because the plastic was dead close to it. If you move the air, you're good, but it takes a lot of practice. That was 450 degrees Celsius. But if you move it, you can do it pretty well. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we don't have the draw of it going up to 6 amps. So what I was doing before is this was pulsing, so it would be 0, and then it will go 6 amps down. And it'll go across, it goes 6 amps down. It go across, 6 amps down. This is good. 100 milliamps, take the 10 off that we have for the actual cable on the ammeter. So we're looking at about 85 milliamps. I don't know whether that's good or not. I have no idea. So now all I have to do is, I guess, put it back in the chassis. Or let me just connect the battery and see if we get anything from doing that. That makes sense, right? Not good for standby. Expect 10 milliamps or less. Needs RAM surely. Yeah, I need to put RAM in as well, I guess, but so you said plastic melts at 200? Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Plastic will melt at like, I think 180. It depends on the type of plastic. Let's see what happens with this. Okay, so that tells me it's not charging the battery. And something else is at fault, because I get the same draw without the battery hooked up. Okay. Let me use my thermal cam and see if there's any bad heat spots for the 100 that I get. And then I can just like follow around voltage and do all of those things. Yeah, it should be enough to produce the heat. I think it's going to be one of those transistors, you know. Here we go. Whoa. That chip is instantly getting hot. Look at that. Okay, that's good. Because it's the only thing that's getting hot. Except for, the Novaton chip as well. Okay. That's 50 degrees. Which is too much. It looks like some sort of power management IC chip, which is good. Maybe like a BQ. Is it a BQ? Ah, I called it. So it's a charging chip. Looks like it's been replaced before. Is that pin 1? Yeah, I think it is because of the dent that we have. Are any of those bridged? Because it looks like it's been played with before. Don't look bridged. Could do with a little reflow, but these all look fine. They're just about on. Let me give it a quick reflow. Not that that's going to change anything, but why not? I'm pretty sure that is like a bog standard charging IC for a laptop, no? Random residential electrician here. Love watching your videos. Thanks, Joe. Welcome. I want to try and get it to move in place on its own. That's why I'm being quite ruthless with it. Doesn't look like it's going to. Looks a bit better, hey chat. I think it's still a little bit lopsided, but it's okay. It's not falling into place properly, so, I mean, as long as they're connected. The joints just look a lot better now. Yeah, it's fine. Just plugging it in quick. 21? Wasn't this 90? Wasn't it 90? And the lead is 10. Hmm. Yo, Birch, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I swear that was just 90. All right, here we go. I'll try with the battery. See if we have any change. I wonder if the same chip is getting hot, but I can't see because the battery's on it, but... It was definitely doing 90 before I put the battery on there, I'm pretty sure. Is it same chip? I think it is. Now it's back up to 90. Now the question is it a faulty chip or is it something around the IC that's faulty? Let's have a look. Let me measure some voltages and see if anything is quote unquote weird. So multimeter is going to go into voltage DC. Techno, welcome buddy, how are you? Pin 28, 6 volts. Alright mate. What, check that first. What rail was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8, 16, 24, 28. 0. Unless this is pin 1, wait there. 8, 16, 24, 25, 26, 25, 26, 27, 28. Yeah, I get 6 volts. .01 volts here. Same here. 4.4. 0.1. 0.1. 0.1. 0.1. Same rail. Nothing. 0.1. 1, 2. Nothing. 0, 3. 6. So I get 6 volts here as well. 2.2. Nothing. 3.6. 17. Here's the big boy. We get the 17 coming in. 17 here. So I get 17, 17. 16. 0.06. On what looks to be pin 2032. This one. 0.06. Pin 32. Any of these weird, guys? 5.5 volts on pin 30. Oh, nice time-lapse print. How did it go for you? Hugo, welcome. Yo, 95 MBP, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. Thank you. Thank you. What is the readings on this chip? What chip is this? I need to know. I can't see. I can see the BQ25 something 00. What's that? Something. Yo, to Ryan with the 400 bits as well. Wow, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. You guys have triggered a hype train. 4 minutes on the clock. 87%. Thank you. There we go. BQ25700. I'm going to go ahead and assume that's quite a common IC. Just because I don't do laptops, man. Because I don't do laptops, it's just not going to exist, is it? I'm not going to have a BQ on any of those devices because they're not charging devices, right? Got a BQ on the Switch, obviously, but it's not as big as that. It's a much smaller one for a smaller battery. I mean, with it being so hot, I would just go for a straight up replace. A 6.32 amp charging management IC, yeah. PD401, the component below is damaged. PD401, nah, it's just a cap. It's just a cap. Buck boost battery, charge controller with system power monitor and processor, yeah. Does anybody have a pinout for it? James, do you have the pinout for it? Is there anywhere that else I should check, essentially? Before just saying... TY, mate. Yeah, we sent it in disc. That'd be much appreciated, thank you. Thanks, mate. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3. Well, so 2, 3 are power. 21 battery driver. Charge okay. CMP in, CMP out. IBAT, buffer battery, SMP bus. What did you say? You said 28 power, regen, 6 volt. Linear regulator, output supplied. The LDO is active. When VBus... okay. I'm not going to pretend like I know what I'm looking at or what I'm talking at. I'm just having a look to see if there's any other voltage rails that... Where did I say? Looked a little bit weird. .2 volts, what's that? Six, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, pin 6. What's 6 meant to be? Input current limit. Input current limit. Input current limit input. 1 volt plus 40. Low drive buck mode, low side power MOSFET Q2 connect to low side. That must be the, I reckon those are the two on the back, so 29 and 26. 29 would be 32, 24. So 32, 1, 2, 3. So it'd be here, right? 29. No, it'd be 4. 32, 31, 30, 29. 3.6 volts. And then the other one's meant to be the same. So 26 is meant to be the same, 3.6 volts, technically. 26, so 24, 26. I don't know if they are meant to be the same. Buck mode, low side power MOSFET. Connect to low side N channel MOSFET gate. So that's 0.01 on 26, which is low drive 2. Is that definitely 26? 8, 16, 24, 25, 26. Definitely 26. And the other one, 1, 2, 3, Seems to be fine with 3.6 volts. So this one, surely, if it's the same thing, surely it's meant to do something. What does the little I mean? Does that mean in standby? IO power. Okay, fine. So where does that go to? It says Q1. Nope. Q2 and Q3. What's going on here? Can't tell if they're bridges or not. Or it's flux. I think it's flux. Chat, what's this chip? Right next to USB-C. I wonder if it's some sort of output controller, because this USB-C does not accept power in. It's a I think it's just like a Thunderbolt for Thunderbolt for display and stuff. Oh, I'll tell you what I was going to do. Right, let me check. Yeah, that's, do you know, Tiborski, right, wait a minute. Q2 is on if input voltage is over the bottom, so it's fine to me. Well, let's just look at the in and outs. Thank you for the hype train, by the way, peeps. I appreciate you. So we know we get voltage in. Charge okay. Is charge okay? The battery needs to be connected, or is that just as is? Ailey, thank you very much for the Prime for 3 months. I appreciate you. Thank you, my friend. Very kind. Thank you for the support. Well, let's just see what voltage I get here. It's back down to 21 now. Keeps changing, hey? Ah, 0.032. Zero point zero 0.05. Wait, so we're losing that 19. Where are we losing that 19? Because I'm sure that's meant to be 19. Wait there. Okay, so we have the 17. Here. So we lose it on this FET. So I get the 17 here. Nothing here. So the voltage isn't going through. On this gate, that's where I get the 3.7. On this gate, I get nothing. Oh. What are those? Those solder balls here, look. What? Yeah, so here, look, on the gate, I'm getting nothing. 0. Whereas here, on the input side, I'm getting 18, 19, which is what's meant to be happening. And I get 0.02 on the drain. But the gate, 0.0... Something's happening there. 0.0... Sorry, 0.4. Yeah, something's up. 18? Whoa. Now I'm getting 18 on the gate. And now I'm getting 18 here. Wait. What? 18 here. Now I get 0 here. So wait. I get 18 here. Now I get 18 on this side of the FET. 18 here. Nothing here. Let me take it out and put it back in and see what happens now. It's showing like 27, 28, but it looks like it's doing something now. It's doing like 27, 28, but it looks like it's doing something. So let me plug in the battery. Three, two, one. Oh my gosh! She's working. She's working. I think she's alive. Well, I don't know. CPU doesn't feel hot. 2.5? That's good. I feel like I should put it, hey? Alright, hold. Now I need to put this back in the chassis and see what's going on. Whoa. No way it was going to be that resistor. Do you reckon that solder ball was shorting it that whole time? Do you reckon that's what it was? Well, not the whole time, because obviously we had the bad MOSFET. Do you reckon that line there is different to the resistor? Do you reckon that line there is different to the resistor? Let's measure it. It does look like on a different path, doesn't it? So this is 0.7. The resistor is 0.4. Wow. Wow, that's 0.7. This is 0.4. I wonder how long that was there for. That must have been there since I started working on it, because the only thing I'd done was this area, right? Make sure that cap's on, okay. The only thing I did was this area, and I don't think I would have flicked any solder over here, nor when I pushed this down or reflowed it would it have affected here. That resistor looks like it should go downwards. But yeah, is the resistor actually connected? Wait, I don't know. I don't think so. Wait, there's no pad there with that resistor, is there? Oh my gosh, you guys are right. That resistor is meant to go. That resistor is meant to go to that pad. Wow. How on earth has that happened, by the way? Now, this is in a really delicate area here. So the plan... Great spot. And this is the issue, isn't it? Because this is a donor board from a repair shop. So, and they didn't tell me what the situation was. I said, have you got any? And they said, yeah, take this one. I have no one to blame but myself. I have no one to blame but myself. Where is it? Here? Yeah, you guys are right. It definitely goes to that, right? Yeah, probably chasing the short move there. Agreed. Definitely goes to that pad, hey? No, I'm going to go from underneath and just move it quick. Where is my... Where are my tweezers that I just had here? I'm going to go from underneath. There's nothing on the other side. Absolutely nothing. Just bare copper, so... Yeah, other side's fine. No plastic, nothing. So, wow. And maybe that explains the whole gate situation. Maybe that explains the whole gate situation, because where's that resistor connected to? The gate. So not only was this resistor not connected to the gate to allow some sort of pull up or pull down voltage or whatever it might be, it was also bridged to this little ball here, this little test point. How on earth? Wow. Great. By the way, Bridger, great spot. Bridger, Fantastic spot, mate. Insane. There's no way I was spotting that. Let me just see what happens now. Yeah, the same. We have the same. So it's doing like... That probably looks a bit healthier now, hey? As it's a little bit all over the place. And then when I connect the battery, we should be okay. Oh, we're still getting that big draw. The laptop's on, hey? Yeah, I can feel components warming up. I can feel components warming up. What's that big draw there? What are these two big draws, do you think? Do you think that's it just like attempting to turn on or something? Right, let me clean up this thermal paste, hey? I'm good, Danny. How are you, my friend? That random value coil was bugging me. It should be replaced with one that says 2R2 on the top. Yeah, it should be. It should be. You're 100% correct. But I don't have any. So much gunky thermal paste. I just kind of want to see if I can get this working. Communication handshakes, maybe. Muro, welcome. How are you? Just gotta hope the rest of it's okay now. Right. Lord, glove, I have no idea. I cannot remember for the life of me where this is meant to go. I'm going to have to load up the previous stream, I think, that I did with this. Live. How long ago do we think? Was it channel birthday? I don't think it was channel birthday. Was it just after channel birthday? Nope. Was it Feb 12th? Yes, she was. Feb 12th. These bad boys are tiny. $700 series. 720S. 720S. One. I'm just trying to figure out where I got the power button from. How that routes. We made it. Oh, it just plugs in. Okay, so that goes like that. Where's the bit of plastic that I had that went over it, though? It was the hinge. Wait there. That's it. All right, so we had that. But then I think I need to... I can't remember. I need to put this back before hinge. Oh, Lord, our glove above. This is about to be messy, guys. This is about to be messy. What's that? Does that go under? Or over? The only thing is that that doesn't feel great. Oh, there we go. That's why. Yeah, I knew it didn't feel great. Now it feels great. Yeah. I think these two routed next to each other here, didn't they? These two routed next to each other like that. That plugged in here. Okay. Welcome, peeps. Let's get rid of that. These are all the same size, so... we definitely had one in laptop and one up here. Oh, I don't know. Where are the screws? So we had one there. Has a hinge screw. Yeah. Must be a pain now, isn't it? That goes there. So that one goes in there. Like that. Wonder if those root under. Oh no, they didn't. No, they went over top like that. Tucked under the left-hand hinge. Yeah, with the laptop. Yeah. Old Rogue, welcome on the motherboard and hinge. Yeah, cheers, James. Yeah, there is. Thank you. Hello, Nerd. Welcome. How are you? Screen there. Probably don't need to plug it all in, right, for testing purposes. Plug that in. There we go. Tristan, thank you very much for the 50 bits. I appreciate you. We do have a new bit sound. Wait, did that go off earlier? I'm just replaying this bits. What? I changed it. No, it was meant to be really funny. Yeah, it's enabled. Oh, wait a minute. It's got different levels. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Let me try now. Ah! For those who know, will know. For those who don't know, will never know. Let's put it that way. Yeah, all good. Thank you, Hal. Yeah, I don't know if I need to go much more back on this, to be fair, for testing. Or should I just put it back together and wing it? What? Is it like a pull-out situation or something? Oh, no, it is a lever. I can't tell if it's in or not. Definitely in. Always wondered what console repair looks like. Are you stalling? Stalling? No. How come? What makes you think I'm stalling? Believe it or not, this is actually one from my repair shop that weren't able to fix it. And I basically said to them, do you have any donor boards that I could work on my stream? And they said, yeah, here you go. And they literally pulled this one and said that it doesn't power on. All these screws are the same size as well, which is nice. That might be the battery screw. Just realised. I think it says there's meant to be 2 here, but they don't go in. Do they go in? Don't necessarily trust that. There's arrows on the board to indicate that that's where 2 screws go, but I don't trust it. Being honest. For those football lovers out there, I can't believe what happened to Arsenal last night. Firstly, I didn't watch it. But I woke up and saw the score and went, wow. Grant, welcome, how are you? Yeah, this is a laptop repair. Was a no power, my friend. We're just having a look at it. See if we can get it up and running. If so, I'll give it straight back to the shop. There we go. Okay, I think pretty much everything's plugged back in where it needs to go. Minus a couple of screws. Is there meant to be 2 there? Surely not, right? I know we've got battery screws as well. I think I've gone over a battery. Oh no, I haven't gone over a battery screw. So battery screw goes there. There. And over here. So I think that's it. I think we got it right. Maybe. For once. Yeah, we did. Nice. Now the moment of truth, I guess. Put this boxy little shield back. There's like a bit of broken plastic there. No clickage on this laptop. That feels horrible. Right, is it going to work? Or is it going to burst into flames? Let's find out. Ready? 3. Keep an eye up on here where we got the ammeter. 3, 2. 1. Wow. I mean, that's a healthy draw. There's a dip. What's going on my camera? What's going on here? That isn't healthy, is it not? That's a lot of amps. So what is it meant to be? Yeah, I thought battery was charging as well. 3.25 amps. It says 3.25 amps on the back. 20 volts, 3.25 amps. I can hear it clicking. There's no light on the power button to indicate that it's charging, but I don't know if there is another light somewhere. Wouldn't pull 3 amps to charge, would it not? Nice. Something's clicking. Something's clicking. There's a screw there. It's still clicking, by the way. I can hear it clicking. Still clicking. Look at that. It's a MOSFET making the clicking sound. Yeah, an audible MOSFET. Things I've never heard of. It's faster now. What? I don't know what's going on. It's now a different MOSFET. It's now a different MOSFET. So the one that I marked gold is here. But the one that's pulsing is now the one that is above the one that I replaced. You see that? I thought it was this one. Wait a minute. Let me put the battery in because I need to know. It's the whole circuit. It's all of them. It's all of those MOSFETs. Why are they... I mean, that looks really good, actually. In terms of being able to read them. Why are they all different? Why are all these MOSFETs different, man? Should they all just be 7752s? Welcome, Dee Dee. How are you? Good to hear, mate. I'll be keeping an eye on that. Like, why are all these MOSFETs different? We got the 7752. We got a 16 GUD. I don't know what on earth this is. So we got the 7752 here, 7752 here. Then we've got a 16 GUD. Then we've got a 7401, a 7408. Under the MOSFET, under the resistor you rotate, it looks like the pads could be bridged. You talk about here. I think they're meant to be bridged though, right? I changed this one with a new one that I bought. I changed this one, and this one. I need to find out the original components. Because I've got 7752s now, so I can just replace, but... 250 ohms through there. What? Okay. So it looks like... Are you telling me this was meant to be like that? Or is this shorted because of everything that's going on? Like, is that blown? Because that was kilo ohms, right? Before this was kilo ohms, whereas now we got 252 here. We've got kilo ohms here. Wait, we've got kilo ohms here as well. So we've got kilo ohms this side. So source drain is kilo ohms, but through is nothing, unless it's meant to be like that. Unless it's meant to be like that. So resistor's just a throughput, acting as a fuse, right? Doesn't connect to that inductor, it goes somewhere else on the board. Measuring dynamo, source to drain, of course. Let me have a look. Here's the... Have you plugged it in? Nothing. Other way. Nothing. Whereas this one... Climbing, goes up to 3. This side. .18. Let's check these ones. .18. Last night. This is... I don't know, man. This baby monitor is doing mad in. Well, do you remember I told you that the battery was awful? It was charged, yeah. It was on charge all last night. It shouldn't run out that quick. And it wasn't on. Just use another one. There might be one downstairs. Because I don't use... Just USB-C. Okay. There is one that come with it that's like a white brick. And it had a USB-C cable coming from it. No. I'm just using like my normal USB-C charger. Like that. The one that came with it is like a white brick. There was 3 of them. Bub, you can take the one from her room that powers the camera. We've got a baby monitor and it's really bad in terms of the charge does not hold at all. So I don't know if it's a bad battery or whatnot. I don't know what's going on with this, and it's getting a little bit difficult, isn't it? So by diagnosis, right, we've got this MOSFET. Commander Roberts, thank you very much for the tier 1. Thank you. We've got this MOSFET which has been replaced. Just to recap, right? So this MOSFET's been replaced by myself with a 7752, which is what it's meant to be. This one, 7752. So technically these are okay, but this was pulsing a second ago without the battery plugged in. Then if I go up, I've got this MOSFET, which looks like it's been soldered on. So I don't know the true value of this. And then we've got this MOSFET here and this MOSFET. This is a 7408. This is a 7401. Again, if you look at these, it looks like they've potentially been soldered. So I have no idea if these are like true to what they're meant to be or whether they're different. And because I've picked this up and it's a donor, I feel like there's maybe been a little bit too much done to it for me to carry on and try and diagnose this. What do you guys think? If I knew the exact history of what was going on with this laptop, I think it would be a little bit better. But because I don't know the history, it's making it very difficult. It's been into before, someone's attempted to repair, and it's been chucked in a donor pile, and it's had corrosion damage. So I don't think it's a good use case, to be honest. I think I should put this one away and call it quits, personally. With the incorrect coil cause pulsing, I'm gonna say no, Neil. And the reason why I'm gonna say no is because the board was pulsing as an original fault. The board was pulsing was an original fault with this. So I actually think that that coil is not the issue. But I mean, it's a shame because I thought replacing that MOSFET would resolve our issue. And then we had the thing with BQ. And then we had the change of behavior when I resoldered BQ. But maybe that BQ chip, there was nothing actually wrong with it. And it was just a bit of a red herring compared to the other things that we had. But I definitely think the resistor being soldered with that solder ball had something to do with it, you know? Whether that has caused further damage down the line. But the tick, 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 tick. And I feel like as well, I promise I'm not just saying this to be like a bit of a scapegoat to not work on it, but I feel like the clicking, the tick, 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 that seems to be drawing quite a lot of current for me and a bit too much for my liking. The fact that I'm plugging in the power supply and taking it out, etc., makes me a little bit worried about the potential outcome of this if I keep changing stuff about. And that sounds silly, but I almost feel like there's a big accident here waiting to happen if I don't stop. And that sounds silly. But that's what it sounds like. To me anyway. Could be wrong. Somebody said that when you hear like the ticking, usually it can indicate a bad CPU. Somebody said that before. I don't want to use that as, again, another scapegoat, but I'm just saying that somebody in chat said that before. Can't remember who it was. But sometimes when you have a CPU like that, it's not good. But yeah, I think I just leave that one there and I keep this as a donor. Why not? I think keep this as a donor and may this be my first ever laptop board donor that I have. That's not a MacBook. I'll ask if they want it back, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that they're going to say we don't want this back because it's in their donor pile. I think I've done a good job, to be fair. But it's just a bit too much done to it. Like I said, the nature of it being a throw out, I feel like is a bit like beyond my way beyond my expertise, you know. But nonetheless, guys, did you enjoy the attempt? Because this took up a couple of streams as well. So did you enjoy the attempt? It had a good little story, hey? I think so. Can't fix them all. But you can learn a lot. I'd say that I learned mostly more so about taking this one apart, which is always a bonus to have when you're dealing with computers and laptops. Watching and eating chocolate, nice. I'm going to be on the I'm on the old cut soon chat, as in like starting today, technically. Starting today. Have you thought about buying faulty DDR5 RAM, trying to repair that? I did have a look. I did have a look to see if there was any faulty RAM that wasn't going for a ridiculous price. It turns out that isn't the case. The garage would be better housing a car. Oh, I didn't read that. What did they say? What did they say? I want to read. Cars are useful, you are not. I mean, I would disagree. I would disagree. No, I know, guys. It's fine. It's fine. Read the message before. What, further up? The one before for me was just like a smiley face. Oh, I saw. Okay, I saw that one as well. Crazy. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. Right, I'm gonna put this in my little box of tools. This donor, nice Lenovo, good. Means that can go in the old lofties. We like that. We like that a lot. We like that a loft. One in the chat if you enjoyed today's stream. Oh, wrong box. Thanks for hanging with me. And I know that there's a lot of people. I can tell by like stats. I know that there's people in here that aren't necessarily massively interested in garage. Completely understand that. So apologies if I kind of blubber on and whatnot. I will try and keep it like to a minimum because I also understand that there will be silent watchers out there who don't want to know about the garage and would rather just me crack on because that's what they have understandably subscribed for and that's why they're around the channel. So I will try my best to not go on and on and on about the garage, but it's going to be unavoidable here and there to like just talk about it sort of thing. But I will try my best to not bore people is what I'll say. But listen, chat, thank you very much for hanging with me today. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm not somebody who repairs laptops, but I will not say no to necessarily giving it a go if the opportunity is right, and that opportunity was right. it would probably be better for me to start on laptops that haven't been opened by other people and worked on and stuff. But you can't win them all. You know, you can't have. It's rare to have stuff like that, unless I start offering it as a service sort of thing. But nah. No. Don't call it a garage, call it a new workshop. No arc, I'm afraid, no. I fail more than I fix. Yeah, I think that would be a very similar story to myself. But that's how you get better. You fail, you learn, you get better. And then the ones that you do fail on, next time, you might not, you know. That's the whole point of it. That's the whole point of it. Whole point of learning. Whole point of trying to get better. Yeah, exactly. All about your journey. I saw a video today from good old Alex. And he's very right in what he's saying, that, you know, when you go and try and do something that is, you know, what you love and your hobby, it can't be good all the time. Like, it might be good 5% of the time, but the thing is to keep it refreshing and to keep it your hobby. You want to endure the tough times, because if you've done your hobby 24/7, you would just get bored, because that luxury of having it, not like having it once in a while, is what makes you love it. Joey, you need a haircut, my man, and a better diet. You're starting to look very podgy. Walk on the wild side. I have you know I was bulking. All right, so podgy, yes, but gaining muscle also, yes. So not a bad thing. I am aware that I am definitely looking a little bit more podge, but I was in what we like to call bulk. And at the start of the stream, I did say that I was going on a bit of a cut. So I should start to shred down a little bit now. Good luck, cardboard. Good luck. Is this YouTube chatting like this? It is, yeah. I'm on a cheat day today. Got a nice cod and mushy piece. Lovely, jubbly. I went freelance photography 2 years ago and finally need to do 2 types of photos. 1, stuff that pays the bills, and 2, stuff that's fun. Yeah, nice, nice. I, for one, love the insights of the garage build. Keep it coming. Also, regarding the garage, you're going to use AC from your current room. I was thinking about it, Greg. I'm not too sure, though. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. I need to have a think about it. I talked about that at the start of the stream as well. I didn't know whether I was going to use a new AC or whether just use the aircon that I've got in an oil radiator. I'm unsure. I don't know yet. Gateway laptop. Best of luck, my friend. I hope that you are going to get it sorted. Guys, listen, it's been a pleasure. One, if you enjoyed, I want to see your garage progress. It will be there. It will be there for sure. I'll see you in the next one, probably on Sunday. We've been live for just coming up to 2 hours, 15 minutes. I'll see you on Sunday, chat. Have a good one. Much love and peace. Goodbye.